Okie dokie. So, last session, a whole bunch of stuff happened. You guys found Interdao. Fought some dudes, I believe. You guys kicked some ass.
Yep.
Not just some ass, a lot of ass. We kicked a lot of ass.
Yeah, that sounds right. You killed a whole bunch of people that looked like they were trying to be, or pretending to be, members of... Oh my god, my brain's gone.
The evil bad people.
No, they were the opposite of that. Hang on.
Oh,
Let
right,
me
yeah.
bring it up. That's why I don't want to say which one was in my head, because I think they're pretending to be one, but appear to be the other.
They're
Yeah.
pretending to be Sidonian. They're probably from Faira.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember we think they're from Faira. Why was that again that we thought that?
We interrogated
They
the
were
dude.
hired by a guy from Faira.
Right. And there's some weird, like, I don't know, some weird, like, body swapping or body changing thing.
Yep.
Yeah, the one
That
guy
we know
mentioned
very
it in
little about.
passing, and then the other guy killed himself.
Yeah, which seems like an odd reaction. So, yeah, you killed them. You returned to where the talks were being held, and you found that an actual, or apparently actual, Sidonian group had arrived in your in the period of time you weren't there, and had been imprisoned on suspicion of attacking the Dow delegation. When you guys arrived, you obviously set the record straight with Interdao claiming that that wasn't the group that attacked him, and you guys shared the information you discovered about this group trying to do a false flag operation. I think that's pretty much sums up where we're at.
Yeah, I think that's as far as we got.
So,
Yeah.
to set the scene where we are now, we'll pick up as you guys are. I think, did you have a small talk with the Sidonian lady?
Yes.
Yep. And
that
we
was-
also sent the prisoner to Cadassus.
Mm.
Or sent someone from Cadassus back to Cadassus to do a transfer or something.
Yeah, and it was the person you talked to was the daughter of the general, the daughter of Laurie Marsden. Yeah. Now, you guys are facing a bit of a decision as a group, not just amongst all of you player characters and your nations, but all of the nations here with their representatives. Interdao has requested and has come to Veve to ask that the talks be put on hold until it can be confirmed that Faira was responsible for hiring these groups of people. He points out that they've already pretended to be one nation. It's entirely possible that they're now pretending to be another in order to sow discontent.
So,
It is so, isn't it?
So.
However, the Raktar delegation has zero interest in spending much longer here, and they want to get talks underway. So that's pretty much where they stand. The Sidonians are happy either way. In fact, they probably lean a little more towards confirming Faira, and that's mainly because they've been unfairly accused in this whole situation, and they would like to get some closure on this event. So where do the houses of Cadassus, Salamut, Hykenthid, House of the Sun, Silver Houses, and Eden stand?
Cadassus obviously wants to clear any suspicion of Seaton.
Okay. That's due to wanting to keep relations good with a potential vassal.
Yeah.
I really don't have the time to put this off, so I'm going to put a vote in for moving these talks along.
Okay.
Well, Diviath only came to the meeting because he thought his master might be here. Since his master's not here, he has no leads whatsoever, so he's he has nothing better to do, so he'll do the talks now.
Okay.
As the representative of Hycanthid, Nazreem is very interested in making sure that whoever's responsible is caught, whether they be Sidonian, Fairan, or otherwise, since that kind of has some serious implications for his homeland.
All right. So who have we still got to hear from? Obviously, Eden's player is not here. So I'm going to just speak for them and say that. Actually, no, I'll wait until the rest of the votes are cast.
Well, I mean, JP Deaders probably wants a trial. Think about the luck.
Yeah, you don't go into a court case without evidence on your side. JP did is probably call for confirmation.
Actually, that's a good point. Diviath would probably be like, I have no idea what a courtroom is, and I want to see it. So he's actually going to change his vote once he hears that.
All right.
I think it's an indoor basketball court.
He doesn't know what that is.
What kind of uncultured people are you?
I literally had to walk through an entire island infested with demons to get to school every day. I don't know what the hell you're on about with all this courtroom
Sounds
bullshit.
like Detroit.
It's more like the red light district.
Hopefully there's no Detroitians in.
Nah, they're from Detroit, they can't afford it.
Oh dear. Ow, I just drank something down the wrong hole.
Wait, what?
I drank something and it hurt. Alright, so.
Oh, I heard jammed, not drank.
Oh, no. Jammed something down the wrong corner, that'd be strange. Alright, so. With Raktar obviously pulling one way. So Unseen, Veve, he speaks for So Unseen, and he says that it is within their ability to continue the talks and continue hosting the nations from here for the foreseeable future. And he states that he is more than willing to delay the talks, bringing the clear majority towards delaying. Now, Raktar is not happy about this.
Because of course they aren't.
Because of course they are. And they elect to perhaps set a date, another date, and aim to be done by that date, and they'll go and carry on with other business before returning on that date. And they ask if you guys would be willing to do that, because they have no wish to stay here in this godforsaken land.
I'm with them.
God knows what.
Gojira is totally on their side with this one.
Okay. And Gojira was from... not Cadassus.
House of the Sun.
That's the one. So Veve suggests perhaps a week. Return here in 7 days.
Yeah, that should be plenty long enough for an investigation.
Deviant steel spoons, eh?
How many actual days of investigation is that versus how many days of travel?
Now, it's not Faira away. It's about 2 days travel, so you'd have about 3 days in Faira before 2 days back.
That's not like super a lot.
Now, they do say that they don't need comprehensive truth, but perhaps enough to indicate that this is something that they did have a hand in. More to inform the talks than to go and accuse a nation with any sort of goal in mind. But yeah, Veve and Interdao, they believe that if they have an idea that Faira is definitely making aggressive actions more than the raiding that they're used to, that knowing about it may change the outcome of the talk somewhat, or at least reaffirm where they might be heading with the talks. Certainly have a bearing. There's a chance of wars on the horizon with one or more nations.
A fair point. I do fear that without a thorough investigation, the true culprit might not be uncovered. However,
Veve will nod and say that's absolutely true. But even if we can find out if Faira is the culprit, or simply that Faira isn't the culprit, that would be considerably more information than we currently have. If we can confirm that Faira isn't, even if we cannot find the true culprit, that would be very useful to know.
fair. That would be a large improvement over operating, as you say, without any knowledge, as we are currently. So I'll agree to those terms.
And in a week, the prisoner will probably also have been interrogated.
Is this the one you did interrogate a couple of prisoners last week?
Yeah, the one.
Enhanced interrogation.
Extraordinary rendition.
Yeah, let's not talk about that one. But Faira didn't send a delegation to these talks anyway, so we should probably ask him about that.
Yeah.
They're a very violent nation that have shown no willingness to ally themselves or set any sort of relationship up with at least any of the nations that are present here. So it's not a surprise that they didn't send a delegation.
Oh, so the idiots.
Yeah, once power's consolidated back home, we're going to. We're pretty prepared to attack Faira, especially if it'll weaken the Arcos fleet.
Now, as you guys are discussing, the delegation from Raktar and their robots, preparing. Just as soon as the conversation turns to coming back in a week, they are preparing to leave. You see the living members of their group preparing their robots and getting ready to go. Led by the cutest robot in existence, which I just have to reshare. He's just a lamp. He leads the party. So anyway, now Interdao offers to accompany you all, stating that while he would normally send some of his more trained group on such an such an adventure, such a quest for information. Unfortunately, the people he would send are all dead and or missing from the attack. But he does offer to accompany you himself, though he says, I'm not much of a fighter anymore, but perhaps if you'll have me, my wisdom may be of service. Though, and he sort of looks around at the gathered group in front of you, in front of him, which is all of you guys. Says, you do seem to have a wide array of skills here already.
Even so, we would be honored to have you join us.
Skill we may have, experience is something we could all use.
Sorry, phone call.
Where I come from, you learn to never underestimate the elderly.
I'm just ready to get this party started.
Yeah. And Karen's gonna put in a request to the house for a platoon of House Absalon mercenaries, just in case, since we are potentially moving into enemy territory.
Duviath wholeheartedly approves of the idea of meat shields.
You're not ready to face down a whole army yourself?
No, not till level 20.
Haven't lived until you have.
I would argue that you probably won't be living afterwards.
That's what you'd think.
Of course it's what I think. Why would I have seen it otherwise? Duviath just looks really confused now.
Sorry, I'm back. Had a phone call from the old person. Okay, so what was the last thing that was said to Interdao after he offered and was accepted to come along? Did someone object to him coming along?
No.
No, Duviath
Okay.
thinks that he might be more powerful than he's leading on. Because
Alright.
mages. Also, GM, can I roll something to see how many spoons I stole? Hey, you're laughing now. I have a plan for this. This may become, well, not important, but funny later on.
So the
Alright.
question is, a D20 or D100?
Well, how long do you spend finding spoons?
Like 10 minutes.
Alright, roll me a thievery.
He's been palming spoons since he got here.
Since before he got here.
Now they're spoons, so people aren't going to be too worried about it. But
Okay, I see.
He's like 90% spoon. Oh god!
you get all the spoons. Now you get 25 spoons, in fact.
Okay, I'm going to put that in my character sheet.
It's important to track your equipment.
Yes.
All 25 of them.
Worst part is, I think I know what you're gonna do with them, but
He's gonna throw out some spooners and puns. Right. I'm looking forward to seeing what the spoons do. Okay, so into Dow, he's prepared. Rektar's all fucking off. Before Rektar leaves, anyone want to talk to them about anything before they make haste out of the camp?
I mean,
They don't have like a, detective robot or something that we can borrow.
You can ask them, but they inform you that no, such complex things such as investigation and deduction are currently beyond the technologies of their culture, their country.
yeah, Reptiles robots are really more for creating corpses than figuring out what happened to corpses.
However, when you do ask them about it, where's all my Rektar gone? There we go. One of the group that's come along with Aralab, a rather gruff-looking person approaches you and asks your reason for an investigator.
And who might you be?
And they introduce themselves as that name there. And they introduce themselves as a Maya Brookster, who is the maintainer of some of the more unsanitary robots. The ones that have to do with cleaning, the ones that have to do with maintaining assembly lines and repairs.
Yeah, she seems
Oh, it's a good thing
harmless.
you qualified that, because I was thinking the ones that have to clean up the blood. Or the ones that create the blood.
She,
Or both.
if you mention that to her, she does nod and say, cleaning, of all things, our messes we make, messes others make.
Well, I'm thoroughly creeped out.
Duret's gonna elbow whoever's standing next to him and go, is she part golem?
She's harmless.
Not really harmless.
I think that's a
Kinda.
good pun, actually.
Yeah, she ain't half harmless.
She's kinda harmless.
So, is she offering to help, or?
Sorry, what was that?
What was it she asked again?
Why did you need an investigator?
Because this is potentially an act of war.
She scoffed. War? Just because some idiot nature boys got killed on the way to some stupid talks?
I mean, it's a general rule we're against attacking delegations of peace. And, it's not like that kind of thing couldn't happen to you.
She shrugs. Well, and she sort of faux counts all of the robots that are moving around. There's at least 50 or 60 reasons it wouldn't happen to us.
Sure. There's also 50 or 60 reasons why it could definitely happen with you near it.
Are
Gojira just
you
stands
insinuating
back,
something?
rolling his eyes.
Oh, no, I'm not insinuating anything in terms of, actually being involved. But, I don't know, large armored parties of robots who could kill people walking around, that's, I'm sure that's a fine idea in terms of security.
Yeah, I think we should just move on.
She sort of looks at you as you're not really accusing them of anything, but just insinuating that perhaps it's not as safe as they would like to make out to others. And she spends a good bit of time running over just why a automated force is safer, more loyal, more effective, more cost-effective at that.
And can still be blown up by artillery mages.
She shrugs. Living or machine, enough firepower, enough destructive force will bring anything down. You just got to make sure that your force is larger.
We had a roboticist in High Canada.
Or less clumped together.
Sitting in the back, Deviath lets out just a laugh.
We had a roboticist in High Canada. It was okay, except that for some reason, every time he built a robot, it would just fall off a cliff.
He says,
I can't
was
believe that we buy weapons from these people.
We don't.
We do. House of the Sun does.
Do you say that out loud?
I mutter it.
And she says, so you're smart enough to see good quality weapons of war when you come across them. I can tell.
Some of the clans do. I'm a more traditionalist.
Traditionalist in what way? You... And she has a little bit of a wry smile. Poorer than the other clans, perhaps? Less affluent is a more pleasant term to describe it.
It isn't gold that wins these wars, trust me.
Yeah,
and then I just pat,
magic.
and then I just pat my, giant magic sword.
Still reading his book, Deviath says, "Where I come from, most wars are won by just swamping the opponent in undead flesh." He goes back to reading.
Flesh, dragons, whatever works.
I mean, undead are basically just robots, but, previously alive.
Even magic swords, undead, that can all be undone by cold, hard, automated steel. But the conversation will go on for as long as everyone's willing to put in and continue arguing about it. Ultimately, it comes around to this lady suggesting that perhaps you might wish to hire some of these automated machines for your journey.
No, I've seen those things malfunction before. No, thank you.
She says, perhaps the older models, yes, but these newer ones, I wouldn't believe it for a second.
No, I have seen your handiwork. The boilers on those things just go. I think we should move along, guys.
Yeah. If you guys are wanting to hire any of these, you're more than welcome to try. You can talk them around to a loan. Without too much effort, though you will be on the hook for some money to Rektar. But otherwise, you let Rektar leave. And then you notice the Sidonian party, the Sidnite party. They are preparing for travel as well, as you guys are preparing for your own travel. You see the daughter of the general, whose name I've completely lost now, which is really annoying. I've got the general's name here, but I don't know where I wrote her name.
Lieutenant.
Yes. That's bugging me. Too many names to keep track of just in my head.
I suppose we'll see you in a week.
They nod. They say yes, or perhaps sooner if you also travel to Faira, the same area as we plan to hit.
Conducting your own investigation, are you?
Investigation, retribution, one and the same.
Could you not, please?
Yes, good. Go kill them while we try and find out who killed your people. Great idea. I approve. There is no sarcasm whatsoever in his voice.
The Sedanites didn't lose any people. They were simply implicated in the murder of the Dao. But yeah, they are very obviously suiting up to go and fight Faira.
I like the way they think.
And her name is Leader Mazda.
Rather than doing that, would you mind perhaps joining us in our investigation?
They shake their head. No.
Oh, come on, it'll be fun.
I'm sure your mother wouldn't want a full-scale war to start.
She smiles. Well, I think you'll find we want to send a message to Faira, who thinks, or if it's true that they think they can implicate us and start wars on our behalf, we want the message to come through loud and clear. We want them to know that it's us that can retaliate it, and that our retaliation is much less pleasant.
Fair enough. I think we've seen that they're willing to start conflicts without any provocation. Whatever you choose to do, that doesn't bother me. Perhaps we'll see you there.
Perhaps.
Damn young ones.
And
I'd
with that,
rather they don't start a war.
they
I would
smile.
rather defeat the point of this entire endeavor.
Especially since we still don't know for sure that Faira is responsible.
They nod.
Yeah.
We will make sure of it before any blood is spilled. And all the more reason that we don't travel with you. If we all turn up together, arms linked, stepping onto Faira land, then they'll think that whatever decision we've made, we've already made it, and are there to attack or subjugate them. This is simply a response from Sidon. A response that Faira will understand. If war
I've
comes
seen
of it,
Sidonian responses before.
they nod. Then you'll know. Well, you'll know what's coming. You'll know not to get in our way.
Yeah, and I'm sure no blood will be spilled. It's hard to spill blood when you're not using a sword.
Debatable.
Not the way they use them.
Well, whatever they choose to do, I'm sure we've made it clear that we are not part of it. Why don't we get a move on? Better not to waste our week arguing.
Of course. And with
I
that,
agree.
Sidon leaves. You guys have all of your, or all of a few hours to get yourselves ready, which will be enough of a. You've already had your short rest, so that's fine. I'll give you your extended rest.
Yay, more
dailies are back.
fireballs.
Yeah, I get my healing soldiers back.
So, you guys begin your first day of travel. It'll be, a good traveling early hours of the morning to the late hours of the night. We'll get you there by the end of the second day, or the very early morning of the third day. You'll be arriving in Faira. As you travel, you guys are heading south from Soanseen. Haven't got a map for you yet, so just imagine that there's a map and you're heading down it. Now, for the first few hours of the journey, as you're mainly leaving Soanseen's land, could I please just find out who, if anyone, is scouting for the party? And if no one is scouting, just who is in the front. Don't worry too much about who's first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. Just who's in front.
Me.
Well,
I'm in
I
front.
should probably be in front since Faira does border Hycanthid, so the area is relatively well known to me.
Not
Oh,
Divya.
okay.
Not Divyeth?
No.
Gojiro will ride second.
Okay, so Nazreem's going to take the lead here. It sounds like there's no one else that is particularly keen to do it. Is that right?
Karen can decently scout ahead, but would prefer not to.
Okay.
Yeah, Kennick thought about it maybe, but she
That's what
figured
other
that...
people are for.
Sorry?
That's what other people are for.
I mean, there are like 5 of us, and realistically, you're the fastest.
Oops, I just deleted the grid because I'm good at this game.
Good job.
The goodest of jobs. Okay, I'm going to put you guys on the map. As your journey carries you through a small ravine. The cliffs on either side are about 30 to 40 foot high. So we'll call it 8 squares. You guys can move your tokens. Who am I putting on here that's not here? Sundancer's not here. JP Leaders is not here. So who am I missing? Kinnick. And I've put on an extra. There we go. So you guys can put yourselves anywhere in that yellow circle. Let me grab into Dow.
Just waiting on it to load.
Okie dokie.
Which is taking a while apparently. There we go.
Level are you guys again? 7, right?
5?
Ah, that's awkward.
Unless I'm mistaken?
What?
Nothing. Nah, I'm fucking with you.
I mean, did we level up twice in the last thing? Because that would be
No.
awesome.
Gentlemen leaders.
Okay, sorry, what did you want us to do?
Just anywhere in that yellow circle is where traveling south, just how you guys are traveling together. On the map I've shared, I'll reshare just in case you missed it.
Kennick has just been trying to strike up a conversation with Gojira about his local cuisine and the many wonders that she's heard that it holds.
Oh, it's delicious. We, whenever the Arcos fleet isn't raiding our fishing villages.
So the
Yes.
meatheads are talking about food.
A story I've heard before, unfortunately. It's familiar to us in this element as well.
Well, it's the main reason why we're here in the first place. Or at
True
least that's
enough.
why I'm here.
Perhaps you should invest in mercenary navies.
That sounds expensive.
Now, as you guys are traveling down this ravine, sorry, I had to get some stuff ready. Into Dow suddenly just calls out a warning, just to stop. Can we hold on a moment? And as you all sort of turn to see what he's getting at, you see him almost staring intently as if trying to either see something very far away or hear something very far away. And he cries out, or he says, cries out, "Oh God! Can you hear that? Can anyone else hear that? Do you hear the wind?" Can I get a perception check from anyone that wants to try hearing the wind?
Fuck this program.
Oh, dude, you're just not having... I had the same luck in my game the other day. I did not roll above a 4 the entire session.
My bad, that's actually a 13. No, that's a 14. Good.
I speak to my inner Tao.
Now, you guys rolled some pretty good numbers there. Goddamn.
Yep, better lucky than
Nez-
good any day.
Yeah, Nazreem, Karen, and Nazreem again. For some reason. You guys.
Well, I only rolled a 9, and I was like, "Ooh, that's a perception thing." Whoops.
Oh, right. Yeah, so you guys hear nothing but a little bit of a gale of wind. Maybe just a soft breeze, perhaps. However, Diviath, Kinnick, Gojira, you all hear like a rhythmic beating in the wind. It seems to be almost like something is pulsing. The wind is coming and going just ever so faintly. And who's from... Now, someone's place was quite elementally fucked up, wasn't it?
That would be mine.
Possible. Is it yours?
Yeah. Well, kind of like it's kind of hard to explain. I have an elemental origin, though.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take that. The other one I was thinking of was Eden as well, which was all messed up,
Right,
but that's
which
fine.
The person.
Yeah, it's the person who's missing. But that's all right. Your elemental origin, that's perfect, because you recognize it as the telltale sign of more elemental beasties on the wind.
Ah, jeez.
Could I be? Are they air elementals? Like, could I tell that?
Yes, you can absolutely 100% tell that it is.
Okay. Devet's going to say, everyone, air elementals, prepare for combat.
All right.
Whoop.
Kennick prepares for combat.
All right. Now, that's good enough that you guys aren't surprised, which is great. Because there's pretty much a formation of wind along the top of the ravine. You guys can sort of hear it howling above you, though down where you are 30 foot below, you can't feel anything. It doesn't feel like there's any increase in winds, no changes down here, but you can certainly hear it, and you can see dust along the top of the ravine being blown along at quite a rate until this wind and this dust begins to coalesce, not into a dust monster like the ones you guys fought earlier, but into shimmering, almost entirely ethereal, drake-like looking creatures. They have the shape of drakes, however, they are almost entirely made out of wind, visible only where their form has picked up dust and is travelling throughout its entire body. 3 of these forms appear and are atop the hills.
Whoever we're
Alright.
following is either very skilled at communicating with nature or very unskilled.
Well, Dao suggests that perhaps this is just more elementals upset at something, rather than any controlled by any one man. I've never seen someone command both earth and air and not be known.
Earth, wind, and fire.
Yeah.
Guess you've
Who
never
said
been-
they were controlling them? They don't have to control them to rile them up.
Down nod. This is true.
Guess you've never been to the Silver Houses then, old man.
Are you saying that to Dao?
In
Yeah.
any case, prepare to defend yourself.
As the creatures begin to scale or float down the sides of this ravine, Dao nods and says, "It is somewhere I have yet to travel, though I am not new to this circumstance at least. Prepare yourselves and roll initiative." Dao is super slow and old.
Okay, so how are the walls working? Those are the sides of the ravine.
So they are super difficult terrain. I don't know if there's an extra thing for it. It's 3 squares of movement to move up, and they are Well, to move across, I should say, because they're 8 squares high. So it's just
Mind
gonna
if
be...
we switch dice?
You can
Kojiro?
scale it without a check. You just need to spend 3 squares of movement across for every square up.
Oh, because okay, I was just wondering because I have a shift 3 right now.
You'll only be able to go up like halfway up the cliff.
I mean, I could like teleport you up there, but that
Yeah,
would
but
like
I have. Well, then I'm just going to shift to. I'm gonna shift to here. Wait. 1, 2. Yeah, I'm gonna shift here.
Alrighty.
Okay, that's it.
Okay, so first up, here's Gujira.
Oh, great. All right, so all right, so if I charge 6, how far can I get up that one?
What's your movement speed?
I have a movement speed of 6 and a charge speed of 8.
Then you'll be able to get up.
Okay, well then I'll do both of those to get to this guy.
To which guy?
Elemental
Didn't
Drake
move
2.
me for some reason. Yeah.
Oh, weird. Now, as you scale up that cliff,
We're currently
running to this
like
guy, do you provoke
half
opportunity
squares.
attacks? When you're charging? I seem to remember you had something that you didn't provoke up
Oh,
attacks. Is that right?
Yeah, I don't. I
Okay.
don't.
Alright, now as you're moving up, however, let's just say for the purposes of elucidating that there's a thing there, something tries to snatch out at you, tries to opportunity attack you, but fails miserably because you don't provoke them. But you do see something moving amongst the area, a collection of spiky thorns and chunks and shards of rock to sort of come to life and attempt to snatch at you.
Oh wow. Okay.
Randall.
But I deftly dodge it, and I am going to use Bull Charge. And that is a hit. Okay. And then I am going to push it 1 square. So just move it up 1.
Okay.
I shift into the square he vacated. And then I am going to attack him again.
All right.
Okay. And that is going to knock it prone.
Nice.
Did it apply it, or did I just...
You haven't got him targeted.
Ah, that's my problem.
There we go.
All right, and he is also going to be marked by me, so let me find that. There we go. And that'll be it. I don't have my turn tracker up.
Okay. From the other side of the ravine, as you scrabble up the rocks and shale up that one side to attack that dragon, these ones start coming down from the other side.
Mm-hmm.
Now, where's my folder gone?
son of a-
You what? You're fucked? Nah, you'll be fine.
It probably won't kill you immediately.
Oh, what a start. Alright, so you're bloodied?
Well, alright, so that's the damage. I would like to utilize... No, actually. No, I won't. Never mind.
Okay. So this thing comes down and just slams into you. Just like full force blast of wind.
It's like exactly half health to me. So I should be able to survive one more attack.
It should. Over on this side, Gojira, this one attempts to slam into you as well. And it's going to attack you. It's going to miss, and then it's going to shift away. The wind just sort of coalesces back.
Then I am going to make my combat challenge.
Combat challenge?
against it.
Excellent.
So let me pull up my
And he did a move to stand up. The shift was part of the attack.
Cool. Then let me. Oh shoot! Yeah, it's just a melee basic attack, so I'll just roll that.
Sweet. He wouldn't have missed. Oh, nice.
By the way, Spike, could you toss a ranged basic attack on my sheet?
Harsh.
Just duplicate your melee one and change it to dex. Okay, so
What did I duplicate?
just drag the square onto your powers tab again. Okay, this one's going to come down the cliff, and this one's going to come straight at Connect. Yep, she's in the front. And this one is going to come to a double attack. It's going to attack twice with claws rather than shift.
Oh dear.
Ah, it's a miss. But that's okay. Only 14 damage.
Not bad.
And Divyath, your turn.
Alright, I guess I'm gonna have to spin my movement to stand up, right?
Yes.
Alright,
remove
so
that from
I'll
you.
do that.
Cool.
And I would like to convert my standard and use it to use my phase step.
Okay.
So I can move away and not evoke an attack of opportunity. I'm going to move here.
Alrighty.
And then use my encounter ability to cast Magic Missile as a minor action on... how do I target again? It's been a while.
Just control and left click.
click.
That guy.
Nice.
Alrighty then. So let me think. Yeah, that seems like a good play. I'm gonna move to here.
Okay.
I'm gonna use Warlock's cast. Casting this Elemental Drake. And then I'm going to use Valorous Smite. And miss completely.
Womp womp.
Yeah, that sounds like me. Anyway, that's gonna
Which
end
one
my
were you
turn.
attacking, by the way? The top one?
Hmm?
You attacking the top one? Because you'd have combat advantage on the number 3.
Would I?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's the 3 squares behind them rather than
directly the
in
one.
this.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. I was meant to share that, wasn't it?
Yeah, you never did. I didn't realize that. Well, okay.
If you'd like to, you can add 2 to that and drag it onto number 3 and see if it would have hit. So just chuck a 2 in the modifier box and drag it onto the target.
Yeah, no, I figured still misses.
Oh, bugger.
I rolled a 5.
Welcome to my
Wow,
world.
this is awkward. Alright, I'm just gonna stand here.
Not a worry. Okay. Now, this guy up on the cliff, before it's a turn, another pile of spikes coalesces up the top and barrels down between Kinnick and Divyath and is going to provoke an opportunity attack traveling past Kinnick. So Kinnick, she can take a action if you'd like to, well, slam that
An
guy.
opportunity attack? Sure
Yes. No.
thing. Acceptable.
Oh, you need to target them for some
Wait, what?
reason.
Shouldn't that be max damage if it's correct?
Yeah. Did you untarget them for some reason?
I don't really know how this works. So what am I supposed to do for the damage?
So, how did you make your attack? Did you target the person and it's just untargeted? Or did you just drag the attack onto them?
Yeah, no, I just dragged.
Okay, so you just need to do the damage the same way. You drag the damage onto them. But hold shift when you do that now because it's used up the thing afterwards. So just hold shift to force critical damage. There you go.
Yeah.
Cool. So the thing is coming up from like the sort of eastwards on where the map is. It's just kind of like barreling down this.
Yep, down where that arrow's
Further
pointing,
down?
basically. Actually, I can get rid of the square now. Yeah, where that arrow's going, it's just barreling down there, and you slam out at it as it goes past. And then as it gets between you and Diviath, it suddenly just bursts out a large portion of the thorns and spikes to both of you. Hitting you both.
Divya really doesn't have a good time. Ever.
Diviath has terrible luck. It actually kind of makes sense because, like, his backstory is that he's sort of muddled into his position. He's not really that good compared to a lot of the other students.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, that was the wrong damage. I will reverse that. And roll that again. There we go.
Oh, much better.
Much better. That wasn't encounter power, so don't worry. So that one does that one, and this one is just going to run straight up to Gojira and is going to do just a focused shred. This, yeah. It's going to hit. Where's that come from? Yep, and you are damage on go. Oh no, I misread it. No damage on go. You just hit. Okay. Into Dow is going to what do you guys wanted to do? Defense, attack, or support?
Does support involve healing
Support
people?
Divyath, probably.
Support
Yeah.
Diviath? Okay. Alright. Now he doesn't have healing, however, he is going to make a wall of thorns. There, completely around the spiker. So this comes with an attack. Take some ongoing damage. And this zone is going to be difficult terrain, blocks line of sight, and anything that enters the zone or ends its turn there takes damage.
Ingenious. We create a wall of thorns around the elemental made of rock and thorns.
It seems to be having an effect.
Well, if
Getting
it
tangled
blocks
up in
line of sight, that's good, because that means I can step away from it without taking an opportunity to.
Exactly. Alright, Karen Epsilon.
I'm wondering if it would actually be of use at all to either knock them prone or daze them.
I mean, probably.
Always. Action denial.
I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
you can get
true.
combat advantage on Drake 1.
I can get combat advantage on either. Though if I go on Drake 3, the first Drake will get combat advantage on me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, gonna move up there. Alright, target.
Nice.
And dazed.
Oh, very nice.
Alright, sorry, so what does the Wall of Thorns do again?
Blocks line of sight, creates difficult terrain.
And deals damage to those who try to pass through it.
Okay. Does it block line of effect?
No. Only line of sight. And
Okay, sweet. So I'm not entirely sure how this power is going to work out. Anyway, so as the spike beast shoots its horrible thorns into Diviath's rapidly crumbling flesh, Kennick's sword begins to glow kind of a thirsty hue of red. And so what I've got is I've got this. Anyway, I've got a thing that's going to apply a bonus to my attacks, specifically against the thing that hurt my dear friend. But I'm planning to make an AoE attack. So how do I make this this bonus apply to just the one attack of the two?
so what's the bonus?
So it's just going to be a +2.
So for that, target the two creatures. Just roll the attack roll, and then we'll do a modifier and re-drag the other one. There is a way to set up a +2 versus. Actually, no, I'll do it quickly. Who do you have the bonus against?
Spiker, I guess.
It's against the spiker. And sorry, how do I target again?
Control.
Control.
There you go. So you have an attack versus attack +2 versus just the spiker right now.
Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to. Oh no, never mind. No, I got it. All right. So yeah, doing words of bravery, which is it gives a saving throw to somebody, which I think will be lost, but whatever. I get my AoE attack, so
Sweet.
Oh, those rolls are bad though. Huh. All right. Well, at least I hit the Drake, I suppose.
Yeah. So you can see the +2 did apply to the spiker, but unfortunately it wasn't enough to do up your 3.
A natural,
You rolled.
natural 3.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
So now your targets have
Okay, so-
automatically been reduced just to do the Drake, so you can roll damage.
Okay. Not that much.
That's right.
So were you saying something about a different You're saying something about a different flanking rule?
Yep. So if you look in the Calming of Haling, you'll see that. I'm just gonna undo the damage versus him and then do it again because their health pools are wrong.
Okay.
So the Spiker 2 is actually bloodied. Should actually be showing as bloodied for some reason, is it?
Like the basic rule of thumb is take the square opposite of where the other friendly is, and then go 1 square to each side.
Oh, I see. So I would be flanking that Drake with Nezrim right now?
Yep.
Yes.
All right, sweet. So if I had combat advantage against it, then Kennick is going to use a surprising technique. As it turns out, her blade. Oh, hang on. Sorry. Before I get too ahead of myself. So I hit with Words of Bravery, so I get to do one of the 2 effects, which I won't do Rune of Protection since the saving throw bonus would kind of be useless.
Okay.
So I'll do Rune of Destruction, and I will apply that to the guy that I hit. Just as soon as I find the right thing. No, that doesn't seem to be working. Anyway, Rune of Destruction, it says the first ally who hits the target before the end of your next turn can push them number of squares. They can push them up to 3, basically. But there doesn't seem to be like a thing to put that on the guy as an effect. So I guess we just remember it.
Right. I see what you mean. He doesn't have an effect listed on Moment of Bravery's power.
Right.
Which makes sense.
Yeah, I guess. But anyway, so that's going on. So the more important thing that I'm going to do is I've got a couple of free actions that I'm going to use. So one is Strike from the Shadows. So again, applying to the Elemental Drake 3.
Okay.
So yeah, because I got to attack it from behind, I'm weakening it until the end of my next turn, and I'm going to shift up to 2 squares.
All right. Where are you gonna shift it?
Sorry, just getting the weaken thing onto the guy first. Yep. All right, then I'm just going to shift up there. And then because I've shifted to that square, now I'm going to do my Eternal Tide Flurry of Blows once per encounter from my attack. And I'm going to do it, because this is Eternal Tide, I'm going to do it on Elemental Drake 1.
All right.
And you also have combat advantage on that, I think.
Yeah, it's not an attack though, so that doesn't really matter.
Oh.
Anyway, it gets hurt a little bit. And I pull it 1 square, and it is slowed till the end of my next turn. So I'll just pull it into like a square formation with Nezrim and me and the other Drake.
So, which number was that? That one, wasn't it, down there?
Yep.
Cool.
Yep.
Right, and so that was just my standard. Sorry guys, I'm taking a little bit of a long time here. But my move is going to be downgraded to a minor as Kennick's features change slightly. They become I would say lupine features that were kind of already there, but you didn't notice, suddenly become more prevalent as she goes into Longtooth shifting. And I guess technically I should have done this at the start of my turn so I get the bonus to damage, but, well, I forgot. So that's where we're at.
Ah.
More importantly, for myself, I get regeneration.
Good old long tooth shifters, eh?
Yeah.
Be
And
right
then my
back a
actual
second.
minor is going to be healed Divyath.
Thank you. This is becoming a pattern.
Hey, things have
And
to hurt.
yeah, I will stay in the Rune of Destruction. So we're all going to get the bonus to damage rolls. I'll start distributing it. Also, because I'm in Rune of Destruction, attacking enemies next to me, you're more accurate by 1.
Alright. Is that your turn? I'll let you do the damage and stuff, but we'll move to Gajira's turn.
Yeah. That's my turn. That's done.
Sweet. Gajira, you're up.
All right, cool. So I am going to shift 1, and then I am going to pop off a clasp on my armor as I get into the Battle Fury stance. And then I am going to hit this guy with Steel Serpent Strike.
It's a hit.
That is a hit.
Oh Jesus,
So-
what have I gone back to?
And then, all right, so let me roll the damage. And then it is slowed and cannot shift. And that's everything.
Okay. So this Jake here, this one, fortunately for me, is not bloodied yet. It's just going to unleash a... it's going to do a shifting strike. It's going to try and get back away. It doesn't like being pulled this close. It's going to come around here before the attack. And it's going to make an
Remember,
attack.
it's dazed.
Ooh, yep, but it's part of the attack. Shifting strike.
Okay.
But good call, thank you for reminding me. This is going to go there. And attack you, and... ooh, that should become an advantage. Let me try that with a +2. Is 21 going to be enough? Yes.
Yep.
Okay. So it's going to hit you and deal 13 points of damage.
All right. Take some extra damage.
Okay. Ah, fantastic. Now it's bloody
And still dazed.
and still dazed. It's still cursed too. Okay, this next one up here, that's almost very much dead, is bloodied, however.
I think I messed up and gave him a buff that I was supposed to give myself.
What's the buff? Defense 2 power?
Yeah.
Yep, I'll take that
Yeah,
off. I'll put that on you, rather. And is that only versus him?
That is only versus him.
Cool.
Yeah, so just do a -2 on them, I guess.
Nah, you can target the effect, so it'll only
Okay.
apply to him. So he's slowed and cannot shift, so he actually can't do his cool bloodied action. Thanks for that, pal. So he's just going to do his 2 normal attacks. Oh, good stuff.
Jesus.
Doesn't get to cleave. Ugh. So 1 hit and 1 crit.
Harsh,
Yeah.
but fair.
Damn, Gojira.
One day I want to play a character that can take hits like that and not die.
So you are bloodied. Oh wow, that's a good roll
I
on
am bloodied.
the non-crit attack. Almost
All right,
like
let me
2 crit.
see. Let me get in my half-orc resilience. There we go.
Oh nice. Is that from being bloodied?
That is from being bloodied.
Excellent. Okay. And he cannot shift at all,
Huh.
so he's going to sit bloody tight. And
I forgot about that.
I need to get something that triggers on being bloody. I spend so much time being bloodied.
get a regeneration surge. Just be regen 5 every time you're bloodied. Just awesome. This one here is not bloodied either, but is going to try and do a shifting strike. Because it is weakened, it's not going to try and smash you to death. And it's going to go for Nazreem, where it'll have combat advantage.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to hit. And it's going to shift to here after the attack, which is then going to take 5 damage by standing in Dow's Thorn, but it is now in Dow's Thorn. 7 damage, sorry, for some reason. It's got a +2 on it. I don't know why. Okay.
Yeah, dude's weakened.
Oh yeah, he only did 7. Oh no, I mean the thorn damage did an extra 2 for some reason. I don't know.
Oh, that thing.
Because, yeah, Kennick gave Interdao +2 damage on attacks.
Oh, nice.
Is that how that works? Would that apply to the wall?
It shouldn't do, because it's damage there. It's fine. I'll adjust it already. And it's because it's an NPC. It doesn't differentiate between damage rolls and damage. Player sheets do properly.
Okay.
Diviath, it is your turn.
Okay, I got a couple of questions. One, am I right in believing that if anything tries to move off the square with the thorns, they take damage?
You are not right in believing that.
No?
It's only ends their turn or enters the zone on their turn.
Okay, so if I do something that pulls them out through the thorns, they won't take damage from it.
Correct.
Alright, another question. Can the PCs intentionally fail a check?
Depends what check. Do you mean a saving throw or?
It is very specifically a saving throw.
I've always allowed it because there's creatures that I have run and that I know run that can only be seen or hurt when there's an effect on them that save in, and you can choose not to pass that saving throw. I just allow it. It doesn't matter to me if you want to choose to fail.
Alright. Okay, wait, no, sorry. This is an intelligence versus.
Sorry, you cut out at the end there. It's
This is an intelligence versus fortitude thing.
Okay.
Alright, so Deviath's going to take a 5-foot step here. And he's going to say, as he's sort of drawing his powers around him.
Also, remember to take a +1 to attack against dudes next to me.
Damn it. It was big enough for the 3 of them before, but now they've moved. Wait, hold on, that's not big enough.
You can always drop it on the spiker.
No, this is a daily. It's gonna. This hits. This has got a 10-foot radius. I'm not sure how. Because it says burst 3 and 10 feet.
Okay, so area burst 3 within 10 feet means that it's a 3 burst, which is what you currently have, and then you choose a square.
Oh, 10 squares. Sorry, not 10 foot.
Yeah.
So 3 burst is that big.
Yeah, that's a 1 burst that you made there. Like it's like a burst is like the radius.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I see.
So it's gonna hit a lot of things.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're gonna be able to. You can hit the elemental spiker tree too.
Okay,
if you want.
Nope, that's perfect.
No,
Just
I mean
remember-
if you move it further to the left, you can hit the spiker on the left too.
Just a quick question.
Is it versus creature or is it versus enemies? Because if
Yeah.
it's versus creature, you will hit all of your friends that are in that circle or that square.
Which is why I was asking. It's each creature. It does not necessarily deal damage, and hitting that spiker will not help. I'm going to cast Scattering Shot. And what it does is if you fail your fortitude save against it, I can move you 2 squares.
It's
And
not
this-
a fortitude save. It is another attack that you
Alright,
make versus fort.
Yeah, fortitude thing, yeah. Int versus fort. And Deviath's going to say, "Do not resist. This will not hurt you."
I mean, I make no promises.
Oh, who did you crit? Connect.
Yeah, crits Kennick.
But this is fine because this is the non-damaging.
Oh yeah.
This is not going to damage you. I'm not sure who I hit. Okay, hit the spiker.
You hit everything.
Yeah,
I hit
you hit
everything.
everyone,
All
yep.
right. Okay, I'm going to start shifting people around now.
Okay.
So, Kennick starts trying to resist a bit because she's not really sure she trusts Divyath that much yet. But then the magic throws her off balance anyway, so doesn't really matter.
Are you just
Okay.
going to make a meat shield?
No, he's trying to pull in his allies while out of the range of fire. I can't move the these guys. Can I move them? Yeah, there, and there. Yes.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Cool. And so you make a secondary attack, I'm assuming against Drake 3?
Yeah. You'd think so. No, it's going to be against the spiker because that means that it is not going to hit any of my allies, but it will hit all three of them.
No, because it's adjacent. You need to hit 3. Well, if you pick 3, it's 1 and 2 are next to them. Are
I thought it was
to them.
within 2 squares. My bad.
That's right. Yeah, all of your allies are safe now. Oh, you targeted Nazreem and Kinnick.
Oh, whoops.
I will drag that attack to the top and that attack to the bottom. So you crit the spiker and miss the elemental drake. So you get to keep your crit. Or you can re-roll all 3. It's up to you.
Oh, that was the only one that matters is the Drake, so that missed. So they're taking half damage.
But you do get another action point.
No, it's an attack against all 3. Secondary attack,
Was it?
secondary attack, one enemy in the best and each adjacent to it.
I see.
So it's up to you. You can re-roll all 3, or you can just choose to take that 1 crit. It is entirely your call.
Really don't like that spike. I'm just going to take the crit. Did I roll one against the top Drake?
I dragged the top roll. I just did them down in order. I did the top one to the Drake, the middle one because it was already on Drake 3, and then Nazreem's onto Spiker.
Okay, so I missed the 2 Drakes and crit the Spiker.
Yeah. So when you roll damage, hold shift before you drop it on the Spiker, and that'll roll critical damage.
Yep, okay, killed him. How do I do half damage for these things? Is there a...
Just roll damage into the chat. And then right click on, just once, you only roll damage once. Right click on it and then select the halve value, and then you can drag that onto the other 2 targets. So the spiker dies, its shards explode out, and unfortunately none of you are close enough for it to hurt you. So,
Would it hurt the Drake though?
no, they're immune to it.
Ah. Killjoy.
Oh good, they're
Okay,
both bloodied.
No.
There you go, Nazreem.
You still have an action point.
Yeah, I'd
Like you
recommend
got it.
action pointing because you get it for 1 encounter.
Yeah, you got a free
Alright.
action point, you might as well use it.
Just use it in magic missile something.
Yeah. Or if you can pull the top Drake away from, just so it's not adjacent to anything.
I mean,
I don't have anything that can do that.
I'd like to make it
can
adjacent to me.
Yeah, I'll just quickly do a normal attack.
Yeah, I can get combat
Scorching-
advantage in another.
Scorching burst on both of them.
That works too. Now he's alone.
Oh god.
Okay, there you go.
Alright. Nezreem's turn by the looks, yeah?
Okay, that. Let me think. Hang on. How much time do I have? Right.
Just while you're doing your turn, I'm going to quickly pop to the toilet for a quick wee. Won't be long.
And he was never seen again.
Yeah, no. Wizard really damn powerful when he gets to do stuff. Apparently.
Yeah.
I mean, that scorching burst isn't that one.
Yeah, no, I'm having fun today.
Like, there is a reason why they're usually priority targets.
Just check it. They do get a +1 racial bonus versus bloodied targets.
Oh, nice.
Well, I'm a tiefling.
My favourite character I never got to play was a tiefling.
But yeah, I had totally forgotten that half-orcs got that 5 temporary hit point thing. I could really have used that in another campaign I'm in.
Oh, it's very nice. Yeah,
Once he's back, I'll
Half-Orc
swap
has-
turn over.
Half-Orc just has so many just utilities and powers and feats. It's really versatile.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of it is because what happened was they changed orcs halfway through. Because the original Monster Manual 1 orcs, their whole thing was being was charging and having a heroic second wind sort of thing. Oh, wait, no. Yeah, no, that was their whole thing. Which made them really tough enemies, which was really cool and interesting. And then they made half orcs, and they were like, well, this is actually a problem because half orcs get stuff. And then I think there was just this bit where they were like, man, this is actually a problem. Orcs are really powerful. So they changed it out so that orcs got attacks when they died. Which, as it turns out, is actually pretty funny because it means that there's an orc grenadier who just drops a grenade at his feet every time he dies.
Oh yeah, no, the Orc Grenadier is my all-time favorite.
So pretty much Warhammer Goblins.
Okay, I'm back.
Yeah. Well, you're back. I'm taking over turn. I did nothing.
Ah, yep, you missed and missed. Very nice.
Well, I missed and then checked just to make sure that my racial bonus was turned on. It's not.
Okay.
Did you? Never mind.
Sorry. Did you
I
want to
was
say
going to ask him to move in between me and the elemental. I just dropped a whole world of hers on him. But
It's fine. It'll look. The elemental will take damage.
Talking of damage, the spiker on the western cliff sees the gathered enemies and is going to move through here, provoking an opportunity attack from all 4 of you.
Rip. Can I just say I'm really happy that I'm not in range for this?
I almost thought that was a 20. That would have made me sad.
yeah, missed.
That's 20.
My life. Nice. Still alive. He's still in the fight. Connects damage. What's she going to do? And
Yeah,
enter.
just checking if certain bonus applies to me.
Okay. And enter is just going to use enter's quarterstaff. Oh, thank God. Dealing 20 damage.
Christ. See, I knew the old man was more powerful than he was leaning on. Knew it.
Wait, hang on. Inherent bonus plus. He's like level 8 or something like that.
He's level 7.
There we go.
I don't know. All I know is that Diviath is the second most powerful mage he knows. He respects old people.
Okay, so the spiker is still alive. Man, so close though. As it gets into position and explodes out.
Yep, saw this coming.
Son of a
Yep.
bitch.
1, 2, 3, 4 hits. Dealing 15 damage, bringing down Diviath. And then
As you
explode
do.
further for another 5 damage to each of you.
I'm okay.
The 5 damage does,
Oh,
however,
well,
kill the elemental spike.
Oh, Diviath has fallen over again.
Yeah.
Dow,
He's a pincushion.
as he falls, he yells, "Oh, for fuck's sake!"
Dow is going to roll a. Is it int for a medicine heal check? Is it int?
For a healing check?
Probably.
Yes. Can someone look at their sheet?
Heal.
It's wisdom.
I've got the small one.
Wisdom? Okay, that's even better. He's got a +7. So he's going to roll a wisdom check, or wisdom heal check, to try and give Diviath a chance to spend their second wind. And done. So Diviath, you can spend your second wind. You do not, however, gain the defense bonus, only the healing surge. That is
Wait,
Dow's
what?
standard action. Into Dow healed you. Used the heal check to allow you to spend your second wind.
Yeah, rip your connection.
Oh, was that me?
No, that wasn't you.
Oh, okay. Must have been Diviath because it's
I
just
got none of
disconnected.
that. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's alright. Okay, so it's into Dow's turn. Karen Absalon, you just see an explosion of shards as the little suicide thing just explodes in amongst your friends and allies.
Yeah, she's just gonna move over to the Drake. It's safe over there.
Okay.
Like, just as long as she's not near Diviath, she's gonna be happy.
Diviath does seem to unfortunately attract some attention. Not singling them out either. I am sorry, Larry.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I knew it was going to be squishy.
I wonder if Reflex or AC would be better against this.
Yes.
Like, I feel like an air elemental is gonna have decent reflex.
I mean, it's better than 12.
Also, I forgot combat advantage, but it hits anyway.
Yeah.
If you miss something on a roll of 31, then you're fighting a dragon.
Yeah, the drag goes down, leaving but the one up top, which yeah.
Do I have line of sight to it? Gojira's gonna be fine.
Yeah, it's. In fact, I'm happy to just call that the combat. Unless Kinnick, you particularly want to finish it up.
Yeah, not really.
Yeah, it's only got 4 hit points left, and let's just consider that it goes down. You guys have dealt with the threat pretty much totally, and you guys gain a short rest. You can spend your healing surges as Dow begins sort of fussing over you that have been wounded, Diviath especially, into checks to make sure you're okay.
Yeah, that was fun.
And he offers each of you who spend a healing surge a extra 5 hit points for one healing surge that you spend. So you can, if you spend a healing surge, you gain an extra 5 hit points. Or recover, I should say, not gain. That's very misleading.
Oh, good. If I spend 3 healing surges, I'm at full health.
And so the extra 5 will just clean up that 4 for you.
Because I was going to spend at least 3 anyway.
I spent 5.
You spent 5 healing surges?
Yeah.
They should only be a quarter of your life each. What do you mean, like in this total combat?
Now,
Yeah, in the whole combat.
Okay, I was gonna say that shouldn't be possible.
He got so hurt.
I mean, I was down to 45 wounds, which is
Yeah,
somewhat higher than the amount of health I had.
Yeah, but when you
I
start
feel like-
healing, you regain from 0 rather than from negative whatever.
Yeah.
what's your constitution?
It's actually not my worst score. It's 11.
Right, that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I've got 21 int, 16 dex, and then it just goes 11, 10, 10, 8.
Yeah, that con's hurting you, I think. Well, actually, no, it's the monster's hurting you, but the con's not helping. Alright, so we've got about 20 minutes left. I'm going to probably call it there. Really sorry it was a short one. That start, that was completely on me and was my bad. But I got money out of it, so can't
Maybe
really
a
apologize
little
too
one.
much.